Hello and welcome to the GTPFS series live from Motorsport Canada. The green flag flew and into turn 1. Silver Wing let us down with ABP on the outside. Out of turn 1 and going off into turn 2, looks like ABP is actually going to get the lead on the outside. Going into turn 2 though, it would be Silver Wing going back around the outside, ABP losing a lot of ground. As they made their way around the next corners of this racetrack in Canada, there was some issues in the back of the pack. There you see Sparky Tooth in the wall. That's Goofy Tyler and Durr Winning around as well. On board with Durr Winning, you see Goofy Tyler gets into the 55 and they all take each other off the track. There is a on board with Bane Hamlin 1121 here, gets into the back of Harsk 100. At the end of the first lap though, no caution would be flown for those crashes. But at the end of the first lap, it was Silver Wing taking the lead, ABP second, and AJHD 1000 in third. Looking ahead a few laps here, this is the 79 of BK Glover driving a special paint scheme for the Canadian races. And, looks like we got a car around there. That looks like Raleigh Morton in the number 95. No caution. Looks like he's going to get the car back underway. Here's a replay. And I don't think there was any contact from NASCAR Fan 1400 there. I believe he just lost control. Lap 12, here's Sparky Tooth holding up the field. Going a lap down and causing for, you saw Cybertron making quite a move there. Getting awfully brave. As they made their way through the S's. See everybody getting a little frustrated trying to get around lap traffic on a track this small. And this treacherous. Taking a look at the standings, about 25% of the way through the race. And there you see the gap from first to second as well. Turbo Snail trying to chase down Silver Wing. And you see nobody is DNF'd, but we do have cars laps down. Looking back from Goofy Tyler's number 19 Chevrolet, there's Silver Wing catching up. More lap traffic to negotiate with means more time to lose. Here's the leader of the Concept Cup. Whitetail is just dominating in terms of the Concept Cup so far, and with running in 6th place right now, I think he'd be pretty happy with another top 10. About halfway through the race, here's your standings. Not a whole lot going on early in the event. There you see the lap car Sparky Tooth going by. And then there's the leader and the gap back to second. Once again, you see the gaps are very large, but everybody's still running at this point. 2 cars going 2 laps down. Here's Silver Wing getting around Sparky Tooth, and Turbo Snail trying to pounce as well on number 55 and to trim that gap down. Silver Wing has led every lap so far. On board with Turbo Snail, the gap is closing. Just under a second now down to 7/10. So Turbo Snail is closing in on the number 37 Toyota. So we'll have to see how that develops. Here's Durr Winning. Alrighty. Not sure what happened there. This would bring out the caution. Durr Winning just decides he's done racing for the day and drives it right into the pit wall. On board with Harsk 100, and yeah, not sure what would happen in there. Durr Winning was okay. He was awfully confused, though, getting out of the car. Here's everybody coming into the pit lane. Every single driver. All 42 car, well, all 41, considering Durr Winning's DNF'd at this point. All the cars coming into the pit lane. You see there's some damage on a couple of cars from some excursions, but they weren't worth mentioning. There you see, here's another questionable moment. Mr. Unknown decides he's done racing. Well, at least he's done. And there's Niku Driver HC's engine going off on the Pontiac. So there's more calamity in the pit road than there was in the race. Here you see cars coming, the battle off pit road. Mr. Unknown would not DNF per se, but he would have some extreme damage and be in the pits for quite a while. You can see the pit lane is just about as much as a mess as it is getting in. You see some new paint schemes on several drivers. And then you see a couple of Concept Cup Dodges driving out as well. Silverwing would lead us down to the green flag once again as we come around the final corner. And the green flag is out. There's Turbo Snail right up behind the number 37. Going off into turn 1, he makes a move to the inside. Door to door, a little bit of contact maybe, and the 97 is going to go to the lead. Not quite. Silverwing's going to hang on, but that was a close move and a good effort from Turbo Snail. Here's a replay. Turbo Snail to the inside, maybe a little contact, and just barely got the lead by a little bit right there. Definitely a good move and a good attempt, but just not quite enough right there. We'll have to see how that one develops. Here's Jaragini on the outside of Johnny 1996, and Jaragini goes for a slide. See several drivers running wide, but it looks like he's going to merge back in and he's going to be okay, minus quite a few positions. There goes Silverwing over the hill, and you see the gap is spreading again. This time it's going to be Silverwing putting the gap on the number 97. And whoa! The 97 car ran that one awfully wide. He's pushing very hard, trying to catch up to the 37. I think that's what's hurting him as much as it is helping him. Here's Ryu, one of the drivers with a new paint scheme. Trouble. There's a big, oh my goodness, that is huge trouble. The 55 Sparky Tooth and the 88 at Dustone. Huge crash. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think BK Glover, oh, that's not good to see. Sparky Tooth to the local hospital. Good to see he's in stable condition, but man, that was a huge crash. Driver's side. I think BK Glover got into one of the cars and was on from there. Here's BK Glover, door to door with Dustone. Actually gets into Sparky Tooth. This is on board with NASCAR fan. Sparky Tooth gets clipped, goes right across the nose of number 88. Nowhere to go, and driver side first into bare concrete, sandwiched, and then back into the concrete. A very, very scary accident. We can just hope that Sparky Tooth is okay with that. Oh my goodness. That is just a terrible crash. You can't see it because of the Fraps watermark, but it is about 130 miles an hour that Sparky Tooth hits that wall. Ugh. There is no gravel there. That was just straight on speed into the wall. Here's coming to the caution and what would eventually be the red flag. I'm lost for words. You see Gran Turismo 916, Jaggy, Rally Morton, the B-Man, Jaragini, Harsk 100, Bane Hamlin, and even Mr. Unknown Pylon. And then here comes Carbonox just flying through the grass and just passes everybody. Not really sure what happens there, but a lot of drivers called to the hauler at the end of the race. Green flag back out. No bonsai moves from the 97 this time. And the 37 of Silverwing's just going to get off pretty easy this time around, but he's still got a lot of pressure from the 97 regardless of what move he made. About 75% of the way through the race, there's your standings. You can see quite a few people have DNF'd now after the crashes that we've gotten. 4 people DNF'd and Goofy Tyler just riding around 2 laps down. Here's Quiet Girl in the number 87. She's going to get out of the groove, clip the grass, and get sideways. And the Concept Cup driver Raven 214 gets into her, excuse me. And Gran Turismo 916 got a bad piece of that. That would bring out another caution. But coming to the caution flag, Ryu gets into the dirt, and around he goes off the track and on top of the tires. Beautiful. Coming to the restart here, this is on board. Seeing if any moves are going to be made here. This is on board with Doodle. Going to the inside, now the 97 trying on the inside of the 37 with just a couple of laps to go. Everybody tried to make a move on each other, but nobody actually got up alongside anybody. Coming down into the second, third, and fourth corners. Coming down the back straightaway-ish area. That is the number 17 of Doodle trying on the inside of Turbo Snail. Boy, did they get close there. This is for second place. Doodle looks like he's the faster car. Turbo Snail right there hanging tough, though. As they come through the final corner, contact off the final corner. Doodle gets the position right at the line. You see Rally Morton's engine let go. in the pit lane, and it would not be Doodle taking it, though. You see, Turbo Snail gets it back, and that was quite an interesting battle, and you see as the field comes by here, only a few laps to go. You could count them on one hand as we come into the final 2 laps of the event. Turbo Snail's gap on Doodle going down a lot once again, and Silverwing's taking this to his advantage and just going ahead of the rest of the field. While you see Doodle getting a little loose off the corner there. You're going to give Turbo Snail some breathing room. Coming to the white flag, no caution. No cautions, we are going to end under green, despite what has been a streak of cautions toward the end of the race. Silverwing hitting every mark right so far as we come into the Calamity corner. Can he keep everything together through here? Looks like he will. Same for Turbo Snail and Doodle. Everybody drove that well. Looks like Turbo Snail ran that a little wide, though. Here's Doodle taking another opportunity to try and look at the 97 for second place. He knows he can't get the win at this point unless something happens to the number 37, so he's going to give it all he's got for second. Nearly throws it off the track coming into the final, next to last corner. As we come into the final 2 corners, it's just Silverwing here. Checkered flag, Silverwing takes the win. Turbo Snail holds on for second, Doodle for third. That's Earth. He has come into the pit with some sort of issue. You see coming to the checkers, he's going to lose a lot, about 3 or 4 positions, but he will end up finishing the race. And that is good news. Sparky Tooth out of the hospital and en route to Montreal already. Well, that's post-race. Several of the drivers we saw getting called to the hauler for the pile-up under the caution flag. Piling up at the end of the race, and there's Goofy Tyler just saying good riddance to that car. Aside from that, that's a good race. You see the winner there. Cod Demon coming in 4th. Whitetail 5th place. Great run for him as usual, it seems. Project What in 8th. Michelin coming home 9th. AVP 11th after starting 2nd. NASCAR Fan 1400 in 15th after being around every crash in the race. Jaggy 1124 coming 19th. A good way to rally back after the other Team Kate Upton car Derwinning crashed. Another Team Kate Upton car, the B-Man, coming 26th. See Earth in 29th there after lugging it across the line. So here's something interesting. Silverwing went outside of the racetrack instead of doing burnouts on the track. He goes out into the spectators and pretty much shakes hands with them, does a burnout or does a donut down the hill and gets stuck in the fence. He was stuck in the fence for about 10 to 12 minutes. Actually had to tear down the fence. Once they got him out of the fence, they took him into what was an improvisational victory lane because they don't have one here. Well, it's been an interesting race, a strange one more than anything. Thank you for watching. It's part of a tour out of the States. We won't be back for a couple more races. The next one being in Montreal, Canada, and then we head up, or down rather, to Australia. We'll see you there on Race.